It was Christmas Eve, and the chill in the air wasn't just from the winter wind, it was the kind that seeps into your bones when betrayal hits hardest. My son, Marcus, had just shoved me out the front door of the home I'd helped him buy. All because I wouldn't sign over the party supply empire I'd clawed my way to build over 3 decades. At 67, with snowflakes dusting my coat like unwanted confetti, I stood there on the sidewalk, watching the door slam shut behind me. Inside, the warm glow of holiday lights mocked me, and the faint echo of my grandkids' laughter twisted the knife deeper. But as I dragged my battered suitcase down the icy street, something shifted inside me. Not defeat, no, that fire I'd forged in the toughest years of my life flickered back to life. The next morning, Marcus got a gift he never saw coming, a sheriff's deputy at his doorstep, papers in hand, serving notice that his world was about to crumble. His face drained of color when he answered that knock. And for the first time in what felt like forever, a quiet calm settled over me. Peace, finally. My name is Elena, and if you're listening, I want you to stick with me through this tale. It's raw, it's heartbreaking, but it's also a testament to the strength we find when the people we love most try to break us. Promise me you'll hear it to the end, because if you've ever felt the sting of family turning against you, this might just remind you that it's never too late to rise up and reclaim your ground. That fateful evening started like so many family gatherings do, full of forced cheer and unspoken tensions. I'd arrived at Marcus's place around dusk, arms loaded with presents for my 2 little angels, Noah, my rambunctious 9-year-old grandson, and sweet Emma, just turned 6. For Noah, I'd splurged on a shiny blue skateboard, the kind with neon wheels he'd been begging for since summer. For Emma, a grand Victorian-style play castle, complete with twinkling fairy lights and tiny movable furniture. It set me back close to $2,000. But holidays are for magic, aren't they? Especially when it comes to the grandkids who light up your world. As I stepped through the door, my daughter-in-law Sophia barely glanced up from her spot by the stove. She offered a tight-lipped "evening, Alina," before vanishing back into the kitchen haze of roasting turkey and spiced cider. Marcus lounged in the den, thumbs flying over his screen, not even rising to hug me hello. It was Noah and Emma who saved the moment, barreling into me with squeals and sticky embraces. Noah buried his face in my scarf, mumbling about how he'd practiced tricks on his old board all week. Emma spun in her frilly green dress, demanding I admire the bow she'd tied herself. I forced a smile, but my gut twisted. I'd felt this chill before the hush that falls right before a storm unleashes. Supper was a spread fit for the season. Golden turkey carved just so, cranberry relished heart as memories, buttery rolls, steaming on the side. But the warmth stopped at the plates. Sophia picked at her food, her fork scraping like nails on chalkboard. Marcus shoveled bites without tasting them, his eyes flicking to me with that guarded stare, like I was an intruder in my own son's life. The kids chattered about school plays and snowball fights, their voices the only bridge across the table's icy divide. Sophia's folks, kindly souls from the old neighborhood, her dad a retired mechanic with calloused hands, her mom, a librarian with a soft laugh, tried to fill the gaps. "How's the shop holding up, Alina? Still the go-to spot for birthdays around here?" her mom asked, genuine warmth in her tone. "Thriving, as always," I replied. "Folks need joy more than ever this time of year." Sophia snorted softly, muttering under her breath about priorities, but I let it slide. Family, right? We endure. Once the kids tore into their gifts, skateboard wheels whirring across the rug, Emma's castle lights casting a magical glow. Marcus cleared his throat. "Mom, step into the study for a sec." My pulse quickened, but I followed him down the hall to that cramped room lined with oak bookshelves and stacks of unfiled bills. Sophia trailed us, easing the door shut with a click that echoed like a lock turning. Marcus dropped into his desk chair, gesturing vaguely at a stack of crisp folders. No seat offered to me. I stood there, fingers white-knuckled on my sweater hem. He slid the top file open, revealing pages dense with legalese, a full handover of ownership for joyful moments. The party supply store I'd poured my soul into since before he could walk. "Marcus, explain this madness," I said, voice steady despite the roar in my ears. He leaned back, all false casualness. "It's straightforward, Mom. The transfer docs. I've run it by the bookkeeper. It's all above board. Just your signature, and it's done." I scanned the fine print, total control ceded to him, no strings, no safeguards. Why now? Why shove this at me on Christmas? Sophia edged closer, her perfume sharp as accusation. Because it's time, Alina. You're not as sharp as you used to be. Slipping on details, forgetting calls. Marcus's family, your only boy. Who better to carry the torch? Slipping. The word landed like a slap. In her gaze, I saw not concern, but hunger of vipers gleam behind the honeyed words. These weren't protectors. They were poachers, eyeing my legacy like scavengers at a feast. I straightened, chin lifting. I'm not signing a thing. Joyful moments is mine born from my grit, my late nights, my every skipped breath. You don't get to waltz in and claim it because blood ties you to me. Marcus's jaw tightened, that boyish charm cracking into something harder. Mom, don't force my hand. There are other paths. Like what? I pressed, dread coiling in my chest. He rose, looming, like proving you're not fit to run it anymore. Court, doctors, the works, sign, or walk. The room spun. This was my son, the one I'd nursed through fevers, cheered at graduations, bankrolled through dreams. And here he was, bartering my life's blood for a signature. Sophia smirked from the shadows. Your call, Alina, but stubbornness has a price. I met his eyes, searching for the child I'd known. Nothing, just resolve, edged with something uglier. I'm not signing, I whispered, the words a vow. Marcus's face twisted. Then you're out. This roof's mine now, pack up and go. He gripped my elbow, steering me toward the hall like I was luggage to discard. Marcus, stop the kids, ... double quotes, but he didn't. We burst into the living room, where Noah and Emma froze mid-play, eyes wide as saucers. Daddy, what's wrong? Emma Hush, Sophia snapped, herding them back. Her parents hovered, bewildered. Son, this is no way, ... Her dad started, but Marcus ignored him, flinging open the front door. The night air clawed at me, raw and unforgiving. He pushed hard and I stumbled onto the stoop, purse clutched like a shield. Don't darken this door again till you see reason, he growled. Sophia's voice sliced through. Go on, you greedy hag. Hoard it all, you've always put yourself first. The door banged shut, sealing me out. From inside, Emma's sobs pierced the wood. Noah's pleas a muffled echo. I lingered on the step, breath fogging the air. Neighbors' windows aglow with carols and candlelight. Laughter spilled from other homes, a cruel symphony to my exile. But tears, I held them back. Not yet. Beneath the ache, a ember glowed, fury, fierce and unyielding. Marcus thought me broken, a pushover past her prime. He forgot, stared down worse than a son's spite. I'd built joyful moments from ashes, raised him solo after loss gutted me. This was just another battle. And as I trudged into the dark, suitcase wheels crunching frost, I knew retribution wasn't revenge, it was reclamation. He drew the day he mistook my love for weakness. Before I dive deeper into that frozen night, let me take you back, way back to the roots of it all, because Joyful Moments wasn't handed to me on a silver platter. It was wrestled from despair, one grueling day at a time. Picture this, 1992, Virginia's humid summer clinging like regret. I was 35, fresh from burying my husband, David, a sturdy carpenter with a laugh that filled rooms, one rogue scaffold on a high-rise job, and he was gone, plummeting 5 stories in a heartbeat. Marcus was 5, all wide eyes and unanswered questions. We were left with a mountain of red ink, $22,000 in debts from his half-started contracting gig, plus medical tabs and a funeral that drained what little we had. I remember that first night alone, bills fanned across the kitchen table like accusation cards, Marcus snoring softly in the next room, rent loomed, groceries, a pipe dream. I wept until dawn, hollowed out, but sunlight crept in, and with it, a spark I wouldn't shatter. Not for him, not for us. I turned to my sister Clara, holed up in her cozy Richmond flat. Over weak tea, I spilled it, all the grief, the gap, the ghosts. She didn't flinch. Alina, you've got fire in you. Use it. She pressed 4,000 in, scrapehead from their shifts. With it, Estakod Miferschel, foil balloons tapabel, and stacks ofteminsten weekends found malacht market, underwear with Hawkingwearers frontens, splisters, butzel strickled in 4,000 in Tomepalm her, scrapehead from their shifts. With it, Estakod Miferschel, foil balloons tapabel, and stacks ofteminsten weekends found malacht market, underwear with Hawkingwearers frontens, splisters, butzel strictly down one day, $40 the next. Folks came back, drawn to my chatter. Tips on balloon arches for Quinciera's color schemes for backyard barbecue. Marcus tagged along, perched on a milk crate, tallying receipts in his crayon-scribbled ledger or chasing stray ribbons in the breeze. He was my anchor, that kid reason enough to rise before roosters. Evenings were sparse. Canned soup thickened with breadcrumbs, a shared apple for dessert, then stories by lamplight till his eyelids droop. I'd tuck him in, kiss his forehead, then huddle over ledgers till midnight, plotting expansions, no frills, no cruises, no new coats. My shoes, the same scuffed loafers for 3 winters running. But Marcus, he got the stars. A solid elementary school with uniforms, starched crisp, soccer cleats that fit just right, summer camps where he built forts and friendships. By his 14th birthday, I'd squirreled enough to lease a shoebox storefront on Elm Street, a 350-square-foot nook with peeling paint and a leaky roof. In '97, we flipped the sign. Joyful moments. I scrubbed floors till they gleamed, slapped on murals of exploding piñatas and starry skies, crammed shelves with garlands, glow sticks, and gourmet cake toppers. Clara baked a lopsided sheet cake for the ribbon cutting, just us 3, but oh, the triumph sang in my veins. I poured myself into it. Dawn openings, midnight closes, holidays be damned. Marcus did homework at the register, learning to ring up sales, fold tissue paper into fans, charm picky brides to be. Mom, why no beach trips? He'd ask, legs swinging from the stool. I'd ruffle his hair. We're crafting tomorrow, champ. Someday, it'll all bloom. And it did. By 2004, we swallowed the adjacent unit, doubling space for costume racks and bulk candy bins. 2009 brought ownership of the whole block, $280,000. Cash from relentless thrift. Come 2014, a globe sleek PA systems, eco-friendly banners, an app for custom orders, appraised last spring, pushing $1.1 million. Every cent funneled back in or into Marcus. Private tutors through high school, a business admin degree at $2,100 monthly for 4 years, his first ride at 17, a reliable sedan, insurance covered, wedding bells in 2016. I footed $55,000, oceanfront hall, string quartet, her gown a cascade of lace, even their starter condo, my down payment gift, plus appliances that hummed like new dreams. I never skimped, and his repayment, a boot to the curb on the merriest night of the year. As I hailed a cab that Christmas Eve, wheels crunching salted roads to a dingy motel on the outskirts, those sacrifices replayed like a bitter reel. What stung worst wasn't the exile, it was his assumption I'd fold, that decades of steel had rusted to dust. But Marcus overlooked the truth. A woman who resurrects from ruin doesn't yield easy. I'd navigated crooked vendors, flaky clients, cutthroat rivals, honed instincts, sharp as shears. So, while fluorescent buzz droned my motel room's stale solitude, I plotted. By dawn, the tide would turn. He'd awakened to the cost of crossing me. To grasp the rot at the heart of it. Though you need the full picture of her, Sophia, the siren who slithered into our lives cloaked in silk and smiles. Marcus crossed paths with her in 2013. He was 27, climbing ranks at a hardware depot, pockets decently lined, still crashing at my place, but itching for his own nest. I nudged him toward it, wings and all that. One crisp fall afternoon, he brought her round, 22, a vision with chestnut waves, emerald eyes, and a laugh like wind chimes. Sundress fluttering, earrings dangling just so. She enveloped me in a hug that smelled of vanilla and ambition. Mrs. Alina Marcus raves about youth, a powerhouse who turned scraps into gold. Honored to finally meet the legend. Flattery flowed easy, and I lapped it up, weary of solitude. Lunch was my pulled pork sliders, slow cooked with family spice. She nibbled daintily, watching my figure, but raved about the recipe, then pitched in on cleanup. Sud's 2 elbows, probing my market days with feigned awe. From tense to triumph. You're unbreakable. She wove in seamless after that potlucks with artisanal cheeses. Spa day invites I politely dodged. For months on, Marcus beamed over pot roast. Mom, she's it, the forever kind. My instincts prickled, not dislike, but haste. Marcus chased thrills like shooting stars. Take a beat, love. Roots need time. But his mind was set, eyes alight. I relented. Who was I to dim his spark? Their engagement sparkled, simple ring, heartfelt vows planned. Meeting her kin sealed it. Modest folks in a clapboard bungalow outside Richmond. Mom, a florist with dirt under her nails. Dad, a bus driver with dad jokes galore. Salt of the earth, like my own start. Yet Sophia bridled at visits, fidgeting through tepid brews and crumbly scones, griping later, so provincial, ugh, youth's folly. I shrugged, eager to polish her edges. The ceremony, June 2016, her vision ballooning, cliffside venue, seafood towers, floral arches that kissed the sky, their nest egg, $18,000 tops. Her clan chipped $2,000 max, but Sophia dreamed once in a lifetime. Marcus, let's make it epic. Strain etched his brow. He aimed to deliver. Let me bridge it, I offered over coffee. Your joy's my gift. He balked. Mom, we've got this. But I waved it off. $55,000 later, 250 souls toasting under chandeliers, oysters on the half-shell, a band that swung till stars wheeled. Her gown, $7,500 of ivory silk. She radiated. Marcus mesmerized. I beamed from the front row till a shadowed aside shattered it. Eavesdropping from a alcove, I caught her with a sorority pal. Nailed it. Soft landed the golden boy and his loaded mom. Smooth sailing now. Laughter tinkled. Years of scraping. Over. Cue the looks life. Ice flooded my veins, but I swallowed it. Wedding jitters. I lied to myself. Blind, hopeful fool. Post-honeymoon, they nested in a sleek, lofty covered deposit. Stocked it stem to stern. Leather sofas, down comforters, a KitchenAid that purred. Sophia soon pitched my marketing degree. Put it to work at joyful moments. I could streamline you. Eager for alliance, I slotted her in at $3,500 monthly. Early days gleamed, spreadsheets tidied, vendor bids sharpened, social posts that popped. Then the whispers started. Subtle poisons dripped into Marcus's ear over wine nights. Elena's grips too tight, bae. She's fading, analog in a digital world. You deserve a voice, heir apparent. Marcus echoed it at dinners. Mom, e-commerce, influencer collabs, your hemorrhaging trends, valid points. Some I onboarded. A web whiz, launched TikTok tutorials on balloon bouquets, but the script, hers, verbatim. Cracks spidered by 2018. A dawn stock run unearthed. Sophia on speaker. Route the invoice my way. Elena's out of the loop for now. All finesse, Sophia. I barked, keychain jangling. She whirled, cheeks blooming. Elena, just. Vendor ping. No biggie. Why the secrecy? Misheard, swear. Helping only. Her doe eyes held, but trust frayed. Deliveries, Blag de Prim ribbon rolls. Arriving moldy. A staple client, Willowbrook Prep. Bailed for a rival's undercut bid. Our quote sheet had leaked. Access, hers alone. I shadowed then. Logged calls, screenshot emails, noted her late inventory checks, syncing with Marcus's unexplained absences. Family Sundays, soured heed, poke at pot pie, phone in lap. Mom, the shop's stale. Delegate more, let youth steer. Youth like you too. Silence, damning. By 2019, the siege intensified. Marcus angled for equity. Mom, split stakes, 9 blood. After all, blood earns, doesn't inherit ready-made son. Frustration flared, but he backed off. Sophia escalated guerrilla style. Tearful calls to aunts, uncles. Elena's icing me out berates me. Sidelines Marcus, so controlling. Clara rang wary. Sis Sophia's in pieces says, you snapped over a display. Harsh Clara, you know my fare to a fault. Pause, yeah, ... sorry, gut check failed. Whispers spread. Cousins eyed me askance at reunions. Marcus drank the Kool-Aid. Blind to the puppeteer. November 2024. Cracked the dam. Dawn patrol at the shop. And there's Marcus elbow deep in locked ledgers. What the just auditing, Mom. Those are sacred. Out. He bristled. Paranoid much. Get evaluated. You're unraveling. Knife twist from my own flesh. That Eve, sobs racked me, but resolve hardened. Dawn brought action. Calls to Harlan, my shark of a solicitor, and Victor, the accountant, with ledgers like labyrinths. Fortify, I commanded. They're circling. That war room huddle in Harlan's cluttered loft, faded diplomas on walls, coffee rings on oak-sealed fates. I unloaded. Sophia's shadow deals, Marcus's midnight digs, the senile smears. Harlan steepled fingers, gaze piercing. They're priming a coup guardianship grab, painting you unfit. Bribe a shrink, stack affidavits, and poof, they puppeteer your empire. Victor nodded, specs slipping. Act Swift Shell Company, Asset Shields, POA yanks. I exhaled, steel, lock it down. Weeks blurred in stealth. Victor birthed Festive Ventures LLC, funneling store, stocks, deeds under my solo banner. Harlan axed Marcus's outdated POA, I armed up tiny recorder in my lapel, cloud vaults for every suspect text. Jackpot hit October's end, slipping through the stockroom post-close. Voices leaked from the office, thumbed record. Sophia's hiss. She never yield voluntarily force it. Guardianships, gold. My uncle's, a judge's pal. Fake fog from a dock. Cronies, swearing, confusion boom. Marcus reigns, but mom's sharp as ever. He hedged. Grow up, eternity's not hers. How long you twiddle till the payout. Beat. Guess you're right. Let's heart in shards. I bolted to Harlan. He played it back. Thunder brewing. Conspiracy gold. Fraut. Ilder Korshen and Su. Hold. Need ironclad. Flicker of hope. Maybe he'd snap too. But November snuffed it. Solo supper invite from Marcus's big talk. Just us. Optimism flickered. Amends. Cozy bistro near the shop. Candle flicker soft. He fidgeted with linguine. Mom. Concerns mounting you. Single quotes. Foggy double called vendors last month. Lie. Bald. Which? Staff. Buzz Sophia crew. CA pro. Stress. Maybe. His gaze. Ice over old warmth. I'm fine, son. You'd know first. Dramatic exhale. Denials. The red flag. I rose. Napkin tossed. Game's up. I see your play. But you won't prevail. Bill split. I ghosted into night. Harlan got the green light. Full arsenal. Their moves due. And oh, it landed Christmas Eve. Greed's gala. Timing. Nights like that etch eternal. Dawns. After. They forge anew. December 25th, 2024. Motel alum. At 5:45. Sky bruised purple. Black tea scalded my throat. Toast crumbs my resolve. Presents mocked from the corner skateboard. Casalina scents in the crossfire. Dressed sharp. Emerald wool from Marcus's last gift. Pearl brooch from my ma. Mirror light a lined face. Silver-streaked bob but eyes. Defiant coals. Cab to their split level. In Oakwood Heights. My $80,000 down payment seed. Deed mine still. Cars dotted the drive. Sophia's kin inside. Bell chimed. Emma flung wide. Velvet pinafore askew. Nana hugs. Melted frost. Noah bounded. Presents. Please. Postfeast. Scouts honor. Inside. Tree ablaze of silvers and blues. Mantle stockings plump. Table groaning with linens and poinsettia. Sophia air-kissed. Alina grab a spot. Carving soon. Her parents enveloped me. Huck's cheek. Marcus. Balcony perch. Scrolling oblivion. Nod only. Air thick as fog. Table talk limped. Turkey moist. Yams candied sweet. But silences stretched. Kids. Bridge demas. Elfcraft. Noah's hockey dreams. Sophia's mom probed gently. Shop. Buzzing a link. Galas. Keeping you hopping. Flat out New Year's. Kits flying. Sophia's knife gouged. All work. No play classic. Meaning. Zilch. Post plates. Young ones clamored for I stacked dishes. Marcus loomed. Study chat. Dread pooled. But I trailed to the den leather club chair. File towers. Incondoled books. Sent. Sophia latched the door. He plunked down. Folder. No chair. Stood firm. Pages unfurled. Hand over a cord. Joyful moments. His sign. Mom. Accountants cleared it. Skimmed absolute yield. Insanity. Christmas ambush. Sophia purred. Timings primure. Waning. Alina fumbles. Piling. Marcus in. Why dally till you're dust? Greed. Naked. No. I iced. This is my forged 33 years of bone-deep build. Not yours to snatch. Marcus surged up. Don't push hardballs next. Incapacity suit. Control seized. Frozen. You'd destroy me. If needed. Sophia chimed. Selfish hoarding ends tonight. Me. Selfish. The giver. Tremor rose. Out. Then. Grip on arm. Hold. Kids gaped from den. Dad no. Noah yelped. Quiet. Sophia barked. Her folks spilled out. Aghast. Door. Yawned. Galebit. Shoves. Sign or starve. He spat. Sophia's parting shot. Wither alone. You miser. Slam. Echoes. Emma's wail. Noah's Nana. Lights twinkled mocking. Carols warbled distant. Shattered, but unbowed fire kindled. He'd pay, not in spite, but equity. Motel blues that eve. Threadbare quilt. Walls. Paper thin to revelry's din. Suitcase slump. I collapsed beside it. Sobs erupting decades. Dam burst. Why, Marcus? I forged your world shelter scholars. Starts. This dagger. Photos scrolled. Infant swaddled. Gap-toothed grin. At kindergarten. Capan gown pride. Altar vows with Sophia. My all. For this. Splash-faced cold. Mirror mocked ravage. 11:45 dialed Harlan. Ring. Ring. Alina. Midnight call. It peaked. He ousted me. Refusal to yield. Hush. Where? Motel off Route 9. Address now 10 ticks. Knock. Harlan. Rumpled trench. Satchel heavy. Spill. Feast. Ultimatum. Eject. Notebook filled. Coercion. Duress. Abuse felonies. Stack. Charges. Justice Harlan. House mine. Peace mine. Nod. Motion files dawn. Reclaim DDU own. He's lessee. Eviction swift for elder outrage. Accounts iced. POAs voided. Stack rustled my arsenal. Unleash. Grin faint. You're armored. Rest. Post midnight. Fireworks popped. I breathed free. Texts. Ping Clara's cheer. Hins. Snaps. Sophia's barb. Festive thoughts. Alana May wisdom dawn. Viper's call. Phone dark. Sleep claimed me. Vengeance. No vindication dawned. Christmas morn. 6:15 Harlan's growl. Order sealed. Deputies roll. 1 p.m. Vacate. 48 ticks. Judge's haste. Elder exile on holy nights with sword. Cafe perch. Espresso. Bitter. Muffin stale. But steel surged. 1:20 buzz. Join the serve. Tempted his shock's portrait. No. Let law bite. Park bench vigil. Oaks rustled. Sun-pierced clouds. To 10 ring. Fingers quaked. Mom, what sorcery? Panic. Cracked. Safeguard. Son. Deputa says. Vicature deeds. Fandom. True. Always was. Kids. Hear my home. Yours till you banished me. Breath ragged. Sophia's screech backdrop. Lawyer stat. Mom. Mercy. Dash holiday. None from you last eve. Click sequel. Sophia's fury. Psycho move. Alana kids. Homeless. You orphaned there, Nana. Litigation incoming. Bring it, titles mine. Commit you. We should've. Hang. 305 Harlan. Served. He blanched. She unraveled. Vows of fight for your fortress holds. Emptied. Not elated bloods. Bond aches. Hotel hush. Rings. Ignored Marcus. Sophia Clara's query. Burger devoured tasteless. Ceiling stared. Victory hollow. Grandkids. Ghosts haunted. But retreat. Never. Lesson loomed. Tread not the resilient. Boxing Day. Dawn. Unknown caller. Elena. Lydio from the Trade Expo last fall. Lydia. Balloon wholesaler. Spotin. Words. Outshop shakes. Hunting managed gig. Posvoid Sophia left. Intrigued. Tea at the Nook 3ish. Sold. Storm's eye. Rebelled beckoned. Eve of 27th. 8:45 my bell at Oakwood. Marcus cracked door. Hollow-cheeked. 5 o'clock shadow. TSQ. Scowl mixed mortification. Here to gloat. Audit. Egress deadline ticks. Bitter chuckle. Evicting kin. Ice-hearted. Reclaiming do not eviction. Unbarred. I entered. Chaos. Rain crates teetered. Laundry avalanched. Tree skeletal sans joy. Sophia couch perched. Scrolling venom. Leap. You raised us. Defended broke penniless. Parents couch crash. Pondered that advance. Accusatory jab. Knew you tyrant cruel core. Tyrant. I welcomed. Employed. Endowed you schemed. Siphoned. Seduced. Selfish. Mirror. Dear. Gape truth stung. Marcus interjected. Voice gravel. Cece. Will bolt. But you've torched bridges grands us. All. Blade deep. Your blaze. Sun not mine. Greed's toll. Gaze locked. Fury flecked remorse. Hallway halt. Noah. Emma amid. Emma bolted. Nana. Squeeze fierce. Curls shampoo sweet. Sweet pea Noah edged you. Booting ass Nana. Dad says. Breath caught. Home's mine. Love's but visits. Always. New nest soon. Nana's near. Nod solemn. Kisslingard. Let an exit. 5:20 Harlan cleared. Keys. Realtor drop. Destination. Kin crash. Likely. Void vast. Morn after threshold crossed slow. Dust motes. Danced. Vacant rooms. Echo steps mourned. Worth the rift. Murmur to ghosts. Rebirth stirred. Thrift halls cozy throws. Herb pots. Cleaners banished echoes. Shops summoned. Staff huddled anxious. I rallied. Rumors swirl. Team but joyful moments endures. I'm Helmsteady. We're unbreakable. Cheers. Rippled. Enter Lydia new steward. $5,800 slate. Dynamo incarnate. Week 1. Audits unearthed. Venom Sophia's skim. $21,000 filched. Phantom receipts failing. Proof. Harlan scanned. Brow furrowed. Theft textbook. Grandkids' faces flashed. Let ruin suffice. Filed safe face up sleeve. Kin dished. Marcus warehoused. $3,200 grind shadow of my stipend. Sublet burrow. $700 bleed. January twist. Sophia sued. Split. Poverty's poison. Per Clara's ire. Shed him. Stuff halved. Numbnod could have diverged. Sans her sway. Too late. February thaw. Marcus rang. Mom. Hush wrong. Sophia fled. Kids crushed. No note, my dears. Sob escaped. Sorry. Siege her lies. Over yours. Can. Restart. For them. Tear traced. Pains vast. Son. Betrayal. Conditioned. Name it. Return wage hand. $4,200. Report Lydia. No crown. Quiet. Fair. Legacy. Slice post me kids trust. To 25. Scholar's seed. Accepted. Just. Mom. Thaw cracked. March. Reinstate. Clock puncher. Aproned. Stock shift grunt. Glances pierced. I decreed. Colleague equal no barbs. Or out warehouse toil. Crates heaved. Tags slapped. Humilities. Forge. Watched sweat trace old contempt's grave. Now. Diligence dawned. Chit-chat crept. Noah aced science. Proud spark. Emma's ballet twirls. Snaps. Please. Bridges. Budded fragile. April diner. Détente forks. Paused. He exhaled. Mum and said burdens. Brace. Strength seemed in nature grip. Selfish, I thought. Now grinding. Pressures. Vice you toiled. Titanic. I whined entitled. Tears welled. Sophia spun website gulped. Greedy Corbett. Betrayals. Minnow bomb suffices. Voice. Quaver. Yearn. Redemption. Mom. Years hence, if needed. Eyes met. Boy. Resurfaced. Market side ledger. Hand spanned table. Full pardon. Elusive. But faith. Will forge. Grip crushed. Dinah wept. Duo. Absolution. Chance granted. Momentum built. Warehouse to counter. Supervisor by June merit. Not mantle. Joyful moments surged. 45% uplift. Lydia's wizardry. VR party previews. Pop-up I steered serene. Trust. Tandem. July pivot. Harlan's Nook. Will recast. 65% to Elena's Havenate for lone widow builders. Echoes of my ascent. 25% Noah. Ato Ema Trust Futures funded. Ethics. Etched. Marcus. Modus Coven. $210,000 holdout. Past pages. He scanned. Returned serene. Just. Mom. Kids secured. Your legacy lived. Sinar. No peak growth gleamed. August Saturdays bloomed. Park picnics. Cone drips. Cartoon marathons. Noah. 10 now. Probed. Post swing. Nana dad war. Why? Sigh soft. Path stray. Cub hurts. Echo. But amends mend. Dad and I. Mending. Grin. Love your visits. Popcorn forts rule. Miss M. Fierce. 2. September closeout. Ledger balanced. Marcus hovered. Chat perch shared. Fingers knotted. Someone. New. Breath hitched. Woman. Olivia School-aid. Grounded. Kid. Seeks me. Not shine. Joy. Shy beam. Yeah. Mom real glad. Wariness. Nip to Sophia's. Scar fresh. But trust. Tipped. Yes. Week hence. Quartet table. Me. Marcus. Olivia. Duo delights. Olivia. Ponytail practical. Blouse crisp. Aura authentic. Kids. Plates heaped. Jokes gentle. Meals end. Embrace warm. Alina. Marcus bared. All flaws. Fallout. Reverence for you. No storms from me, just harmony for them. Eyes held truth. Families fold. Welcome. October 2025. Unfurled. Gentle a year. Post. Joyful moments. Hums. $120,000 monthly. Team tight knit. Home sanctuary. Soft grandkid frames. Fern fronds. Hearth hush. Marcus toils true. $4,800 steady. Modest flat with tots. Olivia's light kindling. Absolved whole. Scars. Whisper shoves. Echo. Slams. Sting. Yet grudge. Poison self-brewed. I sip peace instead. Families. Fracture. Flawed. But grace. Grafts. Borders. Bind. Serenity sustains. You. Hearing this betrayed by kin's blade. Forgiveness a bridge. Not erasure cross if you dare. Your yarn and comments might mend another's mourn. Crave more resilience reels. Linger tales timed. Truth all souls coldest.